Hi everybody, welcome to the beginning of my savings, budgeting, and YouTube journey. I am here to represent the low-income single parents. On this channel, I am experimenting with different budgeting styles, savings goals, and documenting my progress along the way. So if that sounds interesting at all to you, please go ahead and click the like button and subscribe to follow my journey. Alrighty everybody, it is my favorite second day of the month. So it was payday yesterday, and I did not get a chance to stuff my envelopes, but I also didn't spend anything, so you guys didn't miss out on anything. So you'll see this here. This I filled out before going to the bank so that I knew which denominations I wanted to stuff in each of the envelopes. Here is all of the categories. It's kind of cut off there, but we went over that in the last video. But you can see all the categories here, the balances, and what we are planning to add. So as I explained before, I always like to separate my variable and my sinking funds when I count it out. So let's just make sure we have the total that we planned on, and the total here got changed to $835. I had to move some funds around because I spent a little bit too much out of miscellaneous. I borrowed an extra $5 from my bank account. So basically, I just moved some things around, and the total that I decided to pull out is $835. So let's count and make sure we have that much. This is just a pouch that I got from Dollar Tree. The thing that they give you from the bank, the one they give you from the bank, it just like pops open and rips, and so I just decided to put it in that pouch instead. Okay, so let's count and make sure we have $835. So I'm gonna go ahead and cheat and do this. This is probably my largest stuffing that I've ever had. Actually, I know for a fact that it's the largest stuffing I've ever had. And that's because I had an extra check. That check came from what's called it's a tax refund. It's called a Star Credit. I explained more of that in the last video, so make sure you take a look at that. That was the budgeting video, the ugly side of budgeting. So let's get counting here. All right, I'm gonna count this. I'm just gonna split it because a little too much for my hand to handle. Split it by 5. I don't know why I said it like that. I said too much for my hand to handle, like it was a lot of money. It's not that much money. I said that like a baller, which I am not, as you know. $835. So let's separate these denominations. I'm going to separate the variable and the sinking funds, and then I'll get back with you guys and show you the stuffing. And voila. Alrighty, so I separated the variable funds from the sinking funds. So we'll go ahead and start doing the stuffing. I want to do my variable binder first. This is the binder that I carry with me everywhere. Okay, and there is nothing left in here from last week, as you can see, except for some receipts that I need to put away. All right, so that's that. Now let's get to stuffing. So personal, I have my little cheat sheet here. So we're gonna go ahead and use this to know which envelope is getting which, so I don't have to redo and think about that all over again. I already sat down and have this written out. Personal is going to get 10 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 5s. And 2 10s. I just realized one of these 50s needs to be over here. Okay, so that's 10, 20, 25, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Okay, it's $40, and we know I like to put the ones in the front. We're gonna add $40 to our tracker. So we got paid on the 19th, so that's the date I'm gonna put on here, even though I'm a day late. Payday. So you can see deposits are in green, withdrawals are in red. So right now there is $40 in here. And you'll also see that I moved these little tabs that I made up to the top because it was hard to open and close these with them on the side here, obviously. I don't know why I didn't think about that before I decided to put them on the side, but that's neither here nor there. Household is also getting $40. It'll get the same denominations. 10 ones, 2 5s, and 2 10s. Okay, so household is getting $40. I don't know why I have a habit of closing the marker when I know I'm just gonna use it in a second. Maybe that's just like a reflex. So we're so used to doing that with markers. Okay. Groceries are normal $175, and then I put $15 extra in each of these envelopes. Since I had a little bit of extra money, I have like a $15 buffer now in each of the categories. So these are all getting $15 more than they usually get. Okay, so the next one is groceries. So groceries instead is getting $190. We're doing 10 ones. The reason I have so many ones this time is that I realized I needed more the last time around because I ended up borrowing from other envelopes. So now I have enough ones. Okay, let's get into 10s. That's wrong. Clearly I didn't do this right this time. Usually I do. Okay, and a 50. So let's count that and make sure it's right since all of these are all over the place. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 60, 70, 75, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 190. And you'll see that groceries didn't get anything last week, and that's because I ordered groceries online, and 10 out of 10 do not recommend, because I had to pay an extra $20 between tip and delivery fee. So no, we won't be doing that again, not unless we really have to. What I used to do when I had my car was just do grocery pickup. And then I started doing a mix between Aldi's and Walmart. So I don't have that luxury now though. I can't just go to multiple grocery stores because there's no one to drive me all around everywhere, you know? Gas is a little bit different. Gas is getting $45 here in cash and $40 I left in the bank for any Ubers that I need to take between now and the days that I have to go into work. So this one is getting $45 again, so that's 1 5 and 4 10s. That one's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, and this is just in case I need to give anybody rides. So I do have an update, you guys. I found a car. Oh my God, when I tell you this process was so much harder than I thought it was gonna be, because every time I went to look at a car that I really liked, I would call. Maybe after the first time I went, I started to call to make sure the cars were still there, because I kept running into it where there was nothing there. Someone had sold it already. So this time I called. I really liked this car. Okay, so let me start over. I put a down payment on a car that I originally liked. It was a Kia Sorento. And then I went and I did some research, and I just didn't feel right with it. It didn't have everything that I wanted in it, and the price didn't suit the mileage to me. It just didn't make sense, because I have been doing a lot of research on cars, and the pricing, and it just didn't sit right with me. Entertainment isn't getting anything. So I did some more homework and I decided not to go with that car. So I did request a refund of the deposit. So that probably won't come for 5 to 7 business days, but I only gave him $200 to hold the car. So it's not like I'm waiting for thousands of dollars. Dining is getting $60. We'll do 15 ones. And y'all know I can't do two things at once, so hold up on the story. And then, oh, it's something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back 1, 2, and then paycheck. It's 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 75. So dining usually gets 60. So if I said that wrong, my mistake. Because it is, like I explained, it is getting $15 more. So dining is getting 75. So I'll go back to entertainment and explain to you guys what happened there, because clearly I got too much into my story and forgot what I was doing. 75. So anyway, I got my deposit back, not yet, but I requested it back. And I was looking again yesterday and I found this car that I really liked. It had everything that I wanted feature-wise. It was the color that I wanted, which I wanted black. I didn't want anything silver because that's what my last car was, and I didn't want a car. I definitely wanted an SUV. So let me go back and stuff entertainment since I missed it. So entertainment is getting something. It's getting $15 because, like I said, every envelope is getting an extra $15. We didn't stuff entertainment this week because it all went into gas. So let's put the $15 in here. That's supposed to be. So there's 2 5s and 5 1s. And this, I don't know if we'll even touch this $15, but it's in there if we need it. Oops. Apparently I haven't stuffed entertainment since I got these new budget sheets in here. So anyway, when I get to the dealership for this car, they're like, let me go check and make sure it's here. And mind you, I made an appointment to do a test drive for this car. Look at me, about to close that again. And when I got there, they're like, oh, bad news, that car's not there. So I'm like, oh God, not again. I am certainly losing patience, and I'm just like getting so frustrated with the whole situation, but it's, you know, it's not anybody's fault. So I just was like, okay, apparently it had literally just sold before I got there. So this is already stuffed. So whatever, I'm like, okay, all right, let's see what else you guys got. And this is the 3rd time I had been to this dealership. It's a Honda dealership, and something just kept telling me they were the ones who had the most of what I liked, or what was in my price range at least. So I kept going back to them, and I went to another one. The other dealership I went to is where I got the Kia Sorento that I decided not to go with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, if I didn't say before, miscellaneous is getting $70. So there's 15 here, 3 5s, 1, 2, 3. Clearly I have too many 5s over here too. And 2 10s and a 20. All right, so let's count that. 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 56, 7, 8, 9, 60, 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70. All right, so we look at a couple other cars. He shows us, like, he pulls up, the car salesman pulls up their website, and he's like, okay, look through a few and see what you like. So I picked out about 3 cars that were in my price range, and they weren't the best, but they were, at this point, I'm over it. So I just was like, okay, let's look at these cars. And all those cars were sold, or they decided to send them to the warehouse because they were trash. So I guess I'm glad they were honest about that part. Did I write down miscellaneous? No, I didn't. That's what I get for talking too much. I gotta update you guys. Okay, one thing at a time. Yeah. There I am, closing it again. Oh my God, I can't stop it. All right, miscellaneous at 70. That rounds out my variable binder. I don't know why there's more 5s left. I'll figure that out though. There shouldn't be. Somewhere I probably messed up. Let me see. We'll figure that out off camera. We'll just move on in the meantime. It probably just needs to go over here. All right, variable binder successfully stuffed. Yay, ready for the week. All right, so let's go into the sinking funds. So all those were either sold or going to the warehouse, or somebody just put a down payment on it. So we're getting ready to leave, and the salesman, he had walked away to do something, but so we're just like, you know what, we're just gonna leave. We're gonna go look somewhere else, or we'll just, you know, start from scratch again. And he stops us on the way out, and he's like, well, let me just talk to my manager for a second. So he talks to this tall guy. Oh my God, he was handsome too. But he was tall and fine. But anyway, he talks to him for a second, and he's like, is there anything that we can do? Apparently the person who had put a down payment or was interested in buying the car that I originally came there for, their credit didn't go through. So they were like, you know what? Go ahead and look at it. And I was like, no, I feel kind of bad. He's like, listen, this is the name of the game. This is how it works. We tried to work with the guy. We'll find him another car. I'm like, fine, let's go look at it. So they pull the car up. I get in, we drive it around. I love the car. It has everything that I want. So I get it. So we did all the paperwork, and they're trying to convince me to do financing. And I'm like, I really don't want to do financing there, because I didn't tell them that. But I had already got a quote from my bank about how much a loan from them would be, a personal loan. So I did a personal loan because I've been told that the vehicle loans from the bank, their interest rates are a lot higher. I guess because there's more liability in it. I don't know. But I didn't go that way. So I applied for a personal loan, and they gave me 8% quote. 8.7 or something like that. And so I decided, let me see what the dealership is going to, let me see what they're going to quote me. I just like to start with her binder first. Summer activities. I did end up spending $35 and some summer activities last week after I did my midweek stuffing, but that's okay. There's still money left in here. There is still $123, I believe. Let me make sure. Okay. Yep, there's 123 in there. So anyway, they ended up giving me a quote for 10%. So I'm like, well, let me think about it, because they were also going to give me gap insurance and a warranty. So the car that I got is a 2013, so it's pretty old. So the guy was like, you know, I really suggest you get a warranty. And then I get home and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, let me think about it. First they tried to pressure me, and they're like, well, you got to decide before you leave today. And I'm like, well, then we're going to say no if I have to decide right now. And they're like, well, this is what we'll do. We'll put it down as a cash sale. If you come back before you drive off with the car, then you can tell us our decision. So I came home, and, you know, I just did some thinking, and I was like, you know what? If I get a loan from the bank, I can do other things with it. You know what I mean? I don't have to use it all on a car. I still have my check from my car insurance company. So I decided that I'm not gonna go ahead with it. So this is summer activities. Summer activities is getting $50. It's getting 2 20s and a 10. So anyway, I haven't been back. They haven't called me yet about the car. There were some things that they needed to fix on the car. Like we noticed the door handle, like the chrome on the door handle was like falling out, was off. It was off on the driver's side. And then there was like a dent in the back. So this car, it has transparency. It has been in an accident. And the reason that I decided to still go ahead with it was because it was under $10,000, which was well better than all the other cars that I had seen. So there was some damage on it, but they're like, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and we'll fix that for you for no cost, you know. So they're gonna fix out the back bumper. There was like a dent, so they're gonna pull that out for me and do some other things to the car, you know, clean it and make sure it's ready to go. So that might take a couple days for them to do that. And now I'm worried, like, oh my God, I don't even have my check from the insurance company yet. I don't even have final approval from the bank yet. But good news, today I got an email from the bank. I finished signing all my paperwork. I emailed her to let her know that I signed it, and she was like, good. Let me see. So we added. So that is $173. So surprisingly, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to probably take a day off of work to go in there. But yeah, she emailed me and was like, the money is in your bank account. I was like, what? That was it? That's it? The money is in my bank account, y'all. I thought she was lying. I'm like, no way. No way y'all did this that easy. And they did. All right, September birthday is getting $75. I get a 5, a 20, and a 50. So that's out of the way. And what I decided to do is just use that loan for the car. I'm gonna try to talk them down to round out that number. So it has 150 in there now. And we're adding 75. 50. Oops, that's not where the 50 goes. I'm kind of all over the place. It is hot in here again. I need to do something with my life. I'm not in this room often, so. Anyway, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So here's that. So that is great news. I'm happy that that's over with, honestly. Well, it's not over until I actually get the car. I'm just hoping that, I already did, no, I didn't. I'm just hoping that nothing else goes wrong and they're not just like, you know what, we decided this car is no good and you can't have it. So we put 75 in here. So for her birthday, I really want to, it's not all the way stuffed by the goal. We will make it work. Oh, my savings challenge. My savings challenge is getting $125. So we'll put that to the side, and there's still $5. Let me figure out where that is supposed to go. 1 second. Okay, it took me a while, but I finally figured out where that mysterious 5 goes, and it goes into pet. Unfortunately, I wrote the number down, but I didn't stuff it. And I will show you guys the new binder I got for the savings challenge when I do my savings challenge stuffing. I will probably do that in a separate video. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I really appreciate it. We are almost at 1,000 subscribers. I think I need like 60 more. So if you haven't already, please like the video and please subscribe if you learned anything from the video or if you enjoyed it. I want you to always remember that it is about progression and not about perfection. Thank you, everybody. Happy saving. Bye.